Okay. It's Free Coaching Friday. We got this party started a little bit late. Normally, I got theme music, all this. It's all good, though. It's all good. Let's get this party started. Hope you're feeling good this morning. Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching a replay. I love Fridays because only the truly bout it.
You have something special. You have greatness in you.
Hello, Young Coco in the house.
Right
Number one.
At the right time, because we're going to break.
That's what I'm talking about, girl.
Out of you.
Please enter your.
Okay.
Thank you.
And there's Mrs. Allie going.
Please announce yourself.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Entry and exit tones are off. All participants are muted.
Okay. Y'all know normally I'm starting off with the music and man, preach. It's Free Coaching Friday. Woo! Yeah, let me see it. Strength and honor. Strength and honor. That's what I'm talking about. My man JG in the house. Oh, this is going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Happy birthday to my homie Keith. Just pulled off that Benz. Just pulled off the lot in that Benz. You know what I mean? That thing looked like a big body too. You know, I'm a Benz man myself, you know. My man Gavin in the house. What's happening, bro? What should I say, cousin? Oh, man, Molly Mall is in the building. Appreciate that share. Crystal clear. Let's get it. Ebony. But Chanel start talking about how all I'm doing is showing love to the YouTube gang. What's up, Desire? Queen Rain in the house. You see what I did there? Queen Rain. You hear me? All right, check it out, y'all. This is Free Coaching Friday. By my clock, it's 7:30. That means it's time for us to kind of get into it again. You know, I feel like sometimes on Fridays, I feel like your boy Vince Lombardi, right? Where he'd be like, gentlemen, this is a football at the beginning of every season. My man David in the house. I got a feeling we're going to be welcoming my man David real soon. I'm glad to see you here, my brother. Y'all know that story? Vince Lombardi is one of the most winning coaches of all time, right? And something fly he would do every single week, every single season when it's time for them to come together again after them winning some crazy new title, some crazy new championship. He'd be like, gentlemen, this is a football, right? And he would start with the actual basics of how to play. Because at the end of the day, man, that's all you need. All you need to know is that here are the basics. Now, I'm not going to say that's all you need, but a lot of times we do overthink this thing. Many of us have. Jerry, you crazy, dog. Yeah, the clock works. It's just every time I come on, it's in the same position because I come on the same day every time. But yeah, it works. Watch, by the end of the day, it's going to say 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? Now, I can't even take credit for all of that. That's wifey's personal design skills. What I can take credit for is the fact that, like, you got to bust it. That's for mindset. That's for skill set. And that's for heart set. Did everybody put that together already? Right? Mindset, skill set, heart set. You know, mindset, silverback gorilla, right? Like straight up. I mean, I don't know if you know, but some people say bullets bounce off these joints. You know what I mean? Silverback gorilla. I got this footage we found on Instagram where some dude's taking a picture of the gorilla in the jungle and all of that. And the silverback just pulled that joint out. That man, like, come here for a minute. You know what I mean? And then he just keep on walking. Like, I see your punk. You know what I mean? Come here. That's silverback. Greatness don't respond to mediocrity and all of that. Then you got skill set, right? Because mindset going to get you 80% there. 80%. And I mean that. But check it out. Who wants to get 80% across a river? Who wants to go 80% across a lake? Not me. So skill set's the other 20% that's going to get there. But please believe it's all about your psych. And then heart set is about the fact, me and wifey were just now talking about how, this R. Kelly trial is just insane. Yeah, you done seen that, Kermit? Send me that video if you can find it, Kermit. That's a cold video. We were just now talking. Shouts out to my man Joseph Smith. Happy birthday to my man Joseph Smith. Okay. Yeah. So we was just talking about this R. Kelly trial, right? And how this is like a real crazy moment, because finally he's getting his day in court. And oh my God, it looks worse and worse for the man. Like, damn, just stop trying to defend yourself, And then I just started breaking down for her that it's wild, the correlation between talent and insanity, or just, and I think about it. This dude wrote a song like, "You remind me of my Jeep." You know what kind of brain you have to find beauty in a automobile? I mean, like I'm talking about sexual beauty in a Jeep, in an inanimate. Well, see, his mind just works different. It reminds me of that movie American Beauty. Even though Kevin Spacey actually wasn't acting as well as we thought. He thought he was an actor, but it turns out he wasn't really acting. Oh no, kind of like when DMX and Belly. I mean, it was a good performance, but was DMX acting? Yeah. Well, anyway, where R. Kelly was wild, man, is that what was wild is that we were breaking it down, and she was like, man, it's just all about she said, she was like, you can either use your talent for good or you can use your talent for evil. And then I broke it down. I was like, and that all boils down to, are you using, and here's where I was going with this whole story, y'all. Are you using your skills and talents and priorities and perspectives and vision and values and attitude and enthusiasm? Are you using those for yourself, or are you using those to serve the world? That's what boils down. That's what it all boils down to. That's why we always say, rep your city. What kind of business do you have, and how does it help people? Can I challenge you to put that in the comments right now? What kind of business do you have, and how does it help people? We're going to go through. I want to see what kind of business owners is on here. My man Smitty in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I love that y'all are diving in, Smitty. I love the fact that yesterday y'all hit me with the ultimate question. Like, hey, these people used to do they use ease, and then what happened is, yeah, right on, Chanel. What happened is, yeah, Felicia, what begins to happen, right, is that now that you understand the landscape that you're trying to head into, we can start to gather intelligence. So y'all shot me the hell of a question, man. Y'all was like, man, they use ease. How are we better? Man, listen, I shot Jess back 5 insane ways that we better than ease. You know what I mean? So I'm loving it. We getting into it. All right, y'all. So it's Free Coaching Friday. Okay. Shouts out to College Lady. She said that what she does is provide apparel for business, the grind in you apparel. I used to take that Babyface song, "This is for the love in you," and I'd be like, "This is for the hustle in you." Yeah, good morning. Good morning, King. That's what I'm talking about, Shiz. TJD Financial. He helps people protect their wealth and grow their wealth. I'm loving that. Jerry Goins. He changes lives with the power of financial literacy, credit building resources, business funding. I'm loving that. Yeah, Chanel. We see her. We see it. My man David Witherspoon. He has an event center out in Sumter. Did y'all know that? Y'all got to support the homie. He's also a personal trainer, and then he deals with wealth as well. You got to love that. The Silver Spoon Event Center. I'm loving it. Residential and commercial real estate. Miss Karen Johnson. We got about 2 more minutes, y'all. Let me see it. We getting started at 7:40. What kind of other businesses do we have in here? I love that. I love that. She was like, I provide roofs for businesses and I help dreams come true for families. So she's clear. She ain't selling brick and mortar. She's selling dreams, right? She's selling security, right? She's selling self-esteem. She's selling ambition. Y'all catch the difference between that? Let me see it, y'all. A Proverbs 31 wife. Now we talking. Now we talking. Okay. Inc. 5000. Did I say that already? I'm not only a revenue acceleration expert, for you, but our company just now made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in America. Yeah, Demeter, welcome. All right, so let's get it. We have 7 fundamentals. It looks like it's not 7:40 yet. Let's go. Okay. Financial assurance and literacy. I like that word, assurance. Break that down for us. Oh man, massage therapy. Man, I need a massage this weekend. Baba Yoga has invited me to the Oasis. Hey man, think about that. I remember when there was, never mind. I ain't even gonna go there. But yeah, appreciate that. Okay, let's get it. That's right. Oh wow, I like that. You see that? Any single mothers out there sound like they need to holler at Miss Chanel Footman. Opening their own group homes. Come on, Miss Cleo. Let's get it. All right, it's 7:40, right? So whatever kind of business that you have, what I kind of want to do is break down for you some simple principles that will help you blow that thing up. And in the meantime, what your job is to put your questions. Demeter, this is what they say. They say you get wisdom from bad experiences, and you get bad experiences from bad decisions. So it's bad decisions that lead to wisdom. You know what I mean? But appreciate that, Queen. Ain't no sense in it. I love that. Mobile and in-house services. Man, I know that's right, Ebony. People live in check to check, hand to mouth, and they don't have to. So I'm really glad that you're serving out here, Queen. All right, so the crux of what we teach, whether you're talking about Good Morning Millionaire, whether you're talking about the Kaizen Academy. By the way, we have another Kaizen Academy this weekend. If you are not a member of the Kaizen Academy yet, or if maybe you fell off for a while, this might be a good time to get back involved. Sometimes our ego makes us say, oh, I know that already. When what we mean to say is, I know about that already. Because if you knew it, you'd be rich. If you knew it, you'd be richer than the teacher, however you want to put it, right? But you don't. You're already using all your best ideas. Ain't nobody running around out here using a second best ideas. But the brain doesn't work off pressure. The brain works off stimulation. The brain don't work off pressure, y'all. And so what I strive to do is give you information that allows you to feel stimulated. So the revenue acceleration cycle is an example of that. It's a technology that I created that allows me to take any business and systemize the acknowledgement and elimination of roadblocks between them and their wealth. Your business is worth a lot more than you think. So here are the 7 different categories. All my Kaizenites, let me see Kaizen in the comments. We got a class Saturday night. We got a class tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We're continuing this series on branding, right? And so that's a fact. The brain don't work off pressure. The brain works off stimulation. That's a fact. So the first one is leads, y'all. I want to ask you a question. When it comes to leads, how are you attracting and adding value to your perfect customer type? I'm just interested. How are you attracting your perfect customer type, and how are you adding value to them? Oh man, I don't want this to be too. I'm just asking you to think about it. I know with us, you know, it took me a while. It took me a couple years to figure some really vital things out, but it was all worth it. You know, I finally had to understand what kind of customer we were actually going for. What kind of customer feels gratitude for our services rather than kind of like entitlement? What kind of customer has been praying for what it is we do? And what kind would be like, let me think about it. See, because there are always four types of customers out there, right? You always hear people talk about cold leads or hot leads. Check this out, y'all. An entrepreneur solves problems. And so you can always tell what temperature the lead is based on how they understand the problem. So a cold lead doesn't even know they have a problem, much less do they know there's a solution. A warm lead knows there's a problem and they're looking for a solution, right? A hot lead knows a problem and knows the solution. And then you got number 4, the dream lead, which is already buying from somebody. Your dream lead is already purchasing from somebody, but they feel kind of stuck. They feel like they hate it. Yeah, tell her, Molly Mall. So that's leads. That's a little something about leads. And the question I want you to write down about your leads is, how am I attracting and then adding value to my perfect customer type? Don't forget, if you're on the live line, when I get finished with this, then we're going to take some questions. I'm going to hurry up and run through this, though. The second one is meaningful conversation. Meaningful conversation, because nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care, right? Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. I love it. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. You hear what I'm saying to you? So with a meaningful conversation, think about this, Smitty. This is important, bro. Especially us as men, because a lot of times we don't listen the way we should, right? Yeah, that's for leads, Shalonda, but that's right. That's right. What I'm saying is, since meaningful conversation is based around nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care, you got to ask yourself, do they know you care? When you leave that conversation, how do they know you care? And then also, you need to leave knowing what to care about. Did you learn something in that conversation that helps you revolve quicker, right? Create some kind of revolution in their life, right? They need to leave knowing you care. You need to leave knowing what to care about. That's meaningful conversation. Here's the third one, y'all. Appointments. Appointments, right? Appointments. What can you do to get more much easier? Now, if you're in the Kaizen Academy, we have a whole class called Magic Words. Man, there are sentences you can say that shut the human brain down. And then there are sentences you can say that open the human brain up. Isn't that interesting? I mean, you got to think about it, man. If there's a sentence out there, it's called the law of polarity. The law of polarity is simple. This is one of the laws of the universe, right? It says that if there's a up, then there's got to be a down. If there's a right, then there's got to be a left. If there's a hot, then there got to be a cold. You hear what I'm saying to you? And so therefore, if there's a sentence that'll completely turn somebody off, then there's a sentence that'll completely turn somebody up. You get what I mean? How good are you at making sure that you have sentences that cause appointments, where they say to themselves, oh, well, tell me more. And then you jump into it like, you know what? I don't have time to talk about it now, but we can either talk tonight at 3 or we can talk tomorrow at 6. Which works better for you? Somebody give me that in the comments. 2 alternative choices. 2 alternative choices. Some manager tried to hit my girl with that, and she turned to me and started laughing. Somebody, I mean, they come all kinds of ways at her, but anyway, this particular one was like, oh, I want to be your manager. I'm like, how you gonna how, how are we going to have a manager that we make more money than? You know what I mean? Anyway, he's like, no, I want to take you to lunch. She was like, oh, well, you can send me that in the email. He's like, no, I want to take you to lunch. We can do 3 or 6, which works better for you. Ah, nice try, fool. But I arm my woman with wisdom. You know what I mean? Anyway, somebody put 2 alternative choices. Yeah, good, Siobhan. 2 alternative choices. You got to learn that as you're setting appointments. 2 alternative choices. That changes everything. Here's number 4, y'all. Presentation. Somebody give me presentations in a share, and then I'm going to shut up so we can take questions. Here's how you judge how good your presentations are. How many stories do you normally tell that resolve the objections in a prospect's mind before they can even voice them? So what I mean, right, is if you know for a fact that every time you talk to people about your wellness product, they want to know how many calories are in it. You got to wrap a story into your presentation about how, yeah, and I remember this one time I was talking to my mom, and she'd been having these issues with her skin, et cetera, and so forth. And she was ready to lose the weight for good, but she would always be tripping off calories. Man, once I showed her that this thing actually has a component in it that gets rid of calories, she was like, let's go. And that blew my mind because, my mama, she loved me, but she don't support me with nothing. And if she could get this supplement and all she care about is calories, I knew we had a winner. Now, if I'm sitting in the audience and I was worried about calories, I'm like, oh, isn't that interesting? Somebody say presentation, if that made sense. Only if you just caught a jewel in there. Only if that was useful, right? All right, here's the next one. Conversion. Right? What is conversion? Conversion boils down to one thing. Because each one of these elements, I'm always going to give you a question. And I just want you to think about this with conversion. How irresistible is your offer? How irresistible is your offer? Are you giving us an offer we can't refuse? Many of you give offers that are quite resistible. I ain't say irresistible. I said many of you give offers that are quite resistible. Like, just imagine if you figured out who your perfect lead is, and then you actually figure out how to add value to your perfect lead. Let's say your perfect lead is coaches, right? And you spot me as your perfect prospect. And then you come to me and you say, oh yeah, not only am I going to show you how to, increase your SEO, and I'm going to teach you about hashtags and all of that so you can grow your YouTube channel. But also what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to bring in my experts who are going to work your YouTube channel for you. That's irresistible to me, right? Because they've gone in, they see what it is I'm fighting for. They understand where I'm trying to go with this vision. And then or let's say they come to me and they say, we collect 25 of the best tactics for growing your YouTube channel. By the way, if you don't follow our YouTube channel, please make sure you get in there and get involved, because YouTube is the #2 search engine on the planet. It's just we figuring out how to work this thing. So I need y'all in the building. Okay. But you understand how irresistible that offer would be for me? What is your client thinking? What kind of choices is your client making when they decide whether they want to shop with you, right? And then, since you know your perfect client so well, you know their problems. So what are you doing to make your product irresistible? Because I didn't say what is your company doing to make your product irresistible? I didn't say that. I said, what are you doing to add on to what your company has to make that thing irresistible? You get what I mean? Here's number 5. Oh, no. We did number 5, which is conversion, right? Here's number 6. Follow-ups. I love the idea of follow-ups because everybody knows fortune is in the follow-up, right? Everybody knows that. But here's the thing. Did you also know that you should follow up when they do buy? We know that fortune's in a follow-up, so we're supposed to holler at them again when they don't buy, right? But also, do you understand that you should follow up when they do? That's where your fortune might come from following up when they don't, because that's going to create money that you didn't have before. But check this out. Also, you should follow up when they do, because that's what creates retention. That's what creates gratitude. That's what creates loyalty when you follow up after they buy. So I got some questions for you. How do you reapproach? Last Friday in our newsletter, oh snap, I almost forgot to mention that. If you're not signed up for our free newsletter, go to wearemillionaireminded.com and put your name in a box. Hey Chanel, hey Allie, Shiz, y'all will really enjoy these newsletters. Who else is in the house? Demita, you will really enjoy these newsletters. Make sure you go there and check them joints out. Mama Mahasan, Coach Spencer, hey Damon, you should go there. Go to wearemillionaireminded.com and join that email list. Hey Smitty, join that email list, bro. Join that email list. You're gonna love that. You're gonna love that. Morgan, join that email list. wearemillionaireminded.com. Just put your name in the box, put your email in the box, and you're in there. Because last week I sent out, y'all tell me if I'm lying, I sent out 5 different prompts for follow-up, didn't I? Who caught that? Because I'm always giving you stuff that has to do with the revenue acceleration cycle. Okay, appreciate that, Demita. Scale of 1 to 10. How good are those newsletters, y'all? You know what I mean? Let somebody know, man, because we put a lot into them things, you know, and I really appreciate when y'all. All right, here's number 7, y'all. Upsells. Upsells. You know, sometimes upsells might come from joint ventures. Sometimes upsells might come from strategic alliances you build. Here's a question to go with upsells. Oh, I didn't give you the rest of the questions for follow-up. So with follow-ups, I want you to consider, how do you reapproach them? You know, last week's newsletter gave you hella tactics for that. What's your referral gathering process? Like when you follow up with them, that's a real good time to get all kinds of referrals from them, right? Because they saying they love your product and they love that you showed up and checked on them, even though they paid you already. So what is your referral gathering process? What are the sentences you say? Or what is the tactic you use? Or what's the prize you give so that there's something in it for them to refer people to you? And then what's your retention strategy? You know, these are powerful questions for that follow-up thing. All right. And then here's number 7, upsells, y'all. We about to get to this phone line. We're going to do our affirmations and then we're going to get to the phones. We're going to do our affirmations and then get to the phones. But number 7, some questions to go with number 7 is, how do you solve the problem that you created with your solution? How do you solve the problem you created with your solution? That's how you create upsells. How do you solve the problem you created with your solution? I think last week I was like, man, if you're a personal trainer and you get them enrolled for your class, then boom, that was a solution, right? But now you created some problems. What they gonna wear to your class? They need some workout clothes. What are they going to work out on in your class? Oh, they need some kind of exercise mat, right? What are they going to drink after they finish sweating out all their electrolytes? Oh, they need some kind of replenishing beverage. You know what I mean? These are all ways you solve. These are all problems that are created by solutions that give you a little bit of a insight into how you can create an upsell. Now, sometimes that upsell is just you getting a referral fee from somebody you send them to. But sometimes that upsell is a product or a service you've added to your own offering. All I'm telling you is that once you get the number 7 in a revenue acceleration cycle, what just now happened is you started all over with leads, because everybody that's already purchased from you becomes a lead for this new upsell. And now it starts all over again with meaningful conversation. Isn't that incredible? So that's why we call it the revenue acceleration cycle, because it keeps on going like that. Is that amazing? If that makes sense to you, let me see wow in the comments. Let me see wow, WOW in the comments if that makes sense to you. Millionaires, which one of these represents your biggest opportunity for improvement, right? You could ask me anything. I'm talking about challenge me. I'm here for you, baby. I'm here for you. All right, y'all. It's time to roll. It's time to roll. It's time to roll. Call in on the live line. See that, Jerry? It's 8 o'clock, baby. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, man. It's a whole cycle. It's a whole cycle. And that's why we're saying get in the Kaizen Academy, because we're going to show you how to freak each one of these 7 pieces. That's right. Oh, good, Karen. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. I can't wait to see what you think. That's my big sis. That's my big sis. Tell Bilal, man, we trying to, I feel like 50 Cent. I feel like 50 Cent, Karen. If we not your favorite, I want to know why. Karen, no, I'm talking about that home ownership preparation thing that we do. Yeah, Uhura. Good job. All right, here we go. All right, so it's time to call in on the live line. If your phone service tries to charge you, then just text call me to the number. And text call me to the number, y'all. And it'll call you. It'll call you. Kerman, that's what Jerry just said. Yeah, the clock works. Oh, snap. I love y'all. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. All right, y'all, repeat after me. Repeat after me. I know y'all done called in on the line now. All right, here we go. Repeat after me. I am so happy and grateful